Hello. Hello to my absent viewers. All right. Um, Today we're gonna go over the fourth week, as you can see the title, the fourth week of May. All right. So this week only did 5 trades, and they all happened on ASTC. Um, the ticker you see on your screen. This one right here. First 2 trades were made on May 28th. This area here. Even though the chart looks as like it did go higher, because it did, I did made some money on this chart. So let me show you the exact entries and exits. You can see right here. The first trade was made pre-market. I got in pre-market with 200 shares, and I got out at market open after failed drop. Then re-entered later in the day after failed breakout. You can see at the market open, failed breakout of this consolidation right here. If you're gonna go on the chart, you can see it, all this consolidation. It kind of, well, if you go higher, but if you go by those levels right here, I mean, it can go as high as the high of pre-market, but you can see it kind of, and had the drop, and on the bounce I got in and got out on the drop, as you can see it right here. I got out half a position on the low, and then on the failed, and I decided to, for some reason, decided to get out the second half of the position. Well, in this case, if I let it run a little longer, would have made some more, but you never know what the stock will do. So it's about 6% here, 6-7% here, and right here on the second trade we made about 8%. So it's a total of about $700 for the day. Not bad at all, even though you ended up on the midday huge short squeeze. You can see it. This is crazy. I can see from 19 all the way to 30, $10 in a couple minutes. Did go a little even higher. All right, so the next day I made three trades. Again, even though the market did go higher, still made money. We have all this pre-market consolidation right here. So I decided to get in again pre-market. I'm gonna show you right now the exact entries. You can see it right here, pre-market. I think it was like 25 shares here, and then another 25, and then 50 right before the open. It had this quick market panic, but it was picked up by the buyers, I guess, or maybe by shorts trying to cover for the small drop, and it did go higher. And as soon as it broke this line right here, this resistance, for some point I decided I wanted it to look like that. Maybe a little higher. Well, I got out, as you can see right here, at 40 something, 40.5, or actually 40.27. That's when I got out. for, as you can see, a loss of $360. After the spike and after the drop, I got it back in on the bounce for a second drop. It did happen, and as you can see, I nailed the bottom on this one, and it's good I sold because it did go higher right after that, and it happened again later after the failed breakout. All this consolidation, it failed to break out again here, so I added more, and I had another drop again about, oh, actually on this one right here I only had like 50 shares. On this one I had 100 shares, so I made about $300 here, and I made about 600 here. It just perfect executions. Even though the trend was up, and I was wrong on the overall for the day. I mean, overall for the day, I was wrong. It did go much higher, all the way to almost 70. I still made money. A little money here, a little money here, and then as you can see, this huge spike. And then I had to go to work, so I didn't play the rest of the day. But I guess I'm glad I didn't, or maybe I don't know if I would have ended up getting in here. Maybe I would, maybe not. I'm not sure about that, but beautiful moves. So what I was trying to say, even though I was wrong, it's great being wrong on the overall and still making money, which is what happened. As you can see, my entries and this is just perfect. My entries. All right. So before on the pre-market, the first entry was basically before on the 36 level breakout. Like around here, and it was a small position because I was waiting for the stock to get all the way to 40, right? 40, also a round number. That's why 40 was picked up by me, because it was a round number. So I'm like, okay, it breaks 40, I'm out. So I only started with 25 around here, and as it did go higher, I added on the failed breakout, and then on the bounce. I wasn't trying to add, being afraid I'm gonna miss out the drop. As you can see it right here, it had the drop. I didn't add on the drop, I add on the bounce. This is huge. And then another bounce, a lower bounce, added more. It ended up not working, of course, at market open, but I got out. The plan was breaking 40, get out. That's exactly what I did. It broke 40, I got out, and for the loss. Then you're gonna see that the next in, well, this one's the first in at like 30, I think. Let me check. Yeah, it was about, oh no, 40 maybe even. Let me see that. Oh no, yeah, this one was on the way up. Again, I wasn't trying to run after the stock. I waited it to get to this point. Then I got in on the bounce. Again, you can see it here. I wasn't trying to reach it at the bottom of this consolidation. I waited for the bounce, and this one was right on top. This one again right on top. the two entries, two perfect entries basically. After it had the top, because I was risking the top basically intraday. I was risking intraday. The and also 50. You can see the round number 50. So I was risking 50 basically, not even this high. I was more risking 50 because when the high breaks, my bad, it just goes up. So I didn't wanna risk 50 one or whatever this high right here is. My risk was 50, and I got the great two entries, and like the executions were great. You can see it right here, and the second half right there. Like, and those were, this one right here is a 13% drop, and this one right here is another 13% drop. The last was 9%. Still a big loss, 9%. But I just had to stay with that level. Yeah, and here I also covered because you had all this consolidation. Since it broke it, this thing becomes consolidation. It becomes support. So I got here, I got out, and I think on both, if I'm not, no, yeah, this in the first, oh yeah, because I only was 50 shares, I got out with the whole position here, the whole 50. On the second, you can see 2 times it's 50 and 50 more shares getting out. And yeah, it got to this level, I get out, and again on this drop I got out since it was about the same level. This period right here, it was really important for the stock since it broke it. Yeah, that's definitely something I should probably look at in the future for this kind of plays, for a short squeeze. And actually I was thinking buying this area, like right here before the squeeze, but I didn't, because it was kind of hard for me to believe it will still go higher after it was already up from 2 all the way to 50, right? So that's why I didn't really want to do that. But at the same time, I'm glad I did cover small moves. Yeah, you never know where the top is, so just get out, take the money. At least this is what worked on this one. Maybe in the future I'm gonna look for some, but again, you have the midday short squeezes. They happen every, and look at the day before at 1 p.m. short squeeze. This one 11, about midday both, no, about midday short squeeze. So that's why it's the market time, of course, 11 market time, 11:30, and here it's 1 p.m. Yeah, being short midday, it's not a great strategy, especially now. All right, so that's all the trades. Only made 5 trades overall for the week. My bad. Overall for the week, I made about $1,200, and this week basically made the month green, say I lost almost every week. The first week of May, I lost about $500. The second one I actually made like 135. Then I lost $40, and then this week I made almost 1,300, which is great. And that's a month. Ended the month with $700 in profit. About 54% win rate for the month. Definitely a lot to work on the win percentage, but look at that. Why did I lost so many trades? Well, we can go over the whole month. Another huge run, morning short into pre-market, resistance didn't work, got out, tried again later, didn't work out. I think this was also like not the best, but I think good executions. It was on the way up, on the bounce, kind of mid bounce, but yeah, it was more under all the spirit right here. Then we had the next. It was not the highs, on the way down, but still made some money. Failed breakout, pre-market failed pre-market breakout, but still in the zone. These kind of plays are really hard to nail the prices, because you never know how high it's gonna go. That's actually with everything. This was a long, quick in and out, didn't give it enough time. On this one, midday run, so by 12:40 almost decided to give it a try. On this spike, it didn't work, and it was right after I shorted. It had this beautiful as I said, you never know how high it's gonna go. So it did come all the way to 8, and then it had another spike, 8:40. So it had to drop afterwards, but we never know. Maybe at 40 or like 9 probably would have been a good risk area to take the loss. Probably this one. Okay, this one was high. What, from 2 to 34 in one day. Oh, another. Look at this short squeeze. Is it a short squeeze? No, I don't think it is. Or maybe it is. I don't know. I don't think it is, because it was from 1 to 3. Or maybe some people would short 200% mover, but I wouldn't, especially now. And yeah, you had, I got in and out pre-market, got out basically before the market opened, because I was afraid of another spike right at market open. But this is definitely something I should look at in the future, because see how many stocks do actually do that, have a spike when they open basically under, because all this level right here, this would be like consolidation, I think. So if they open under it, like this one that did, right? You open at 21. Of course, you have the pre-market levels, but not a lot of volume. And you have the previous day after market consolidation, and it broke under it. You had to bounce right here into this level. And so if it fails, then maybe a good idea would be to let it run at market open, especially when it's up, like from 2 to 34, right? I need data to check that. And then you have this beauty right out right before the spike. There was a morning spike. I mean, more like 10 p.m. But like I said, you never know how high these things are gonna go. This one was what, up from 30 cents all the way to 3. Was that like about 1,000%? And then it did go all the way to 5 after market open. And I was risking previous day high, but it was, again, you have all this consolidation right here. You have the drop under it, the bounce up to it, and then you have to cut losses quickly. This could end up destroying your account if you don't do that, if you don't cut the losses. As you can see right here, you never know what the top will be. Oh, another one. After the huge spike, another little bounce to that area, to the consolidation, in and out, using intraday highs as resistance. And as soon as it broke this previous high, I got out. Yeah, on this kind of place. And also, I got in after all this. Yeah, we had the previous day, which kind of stayed, didn't do much. Then we have the spike above the previous day highs. Yeah, need more data to make better decisions. That's ASTC, pre-market, short, market open cover, again short on the bounce, covered. We did go over this already, I think. And yeah, in this case I was using basically pre-market high as resistance. We had support at 20, 1950, like right here, maybe 18 to 20 on the previous day highs, and it ended up going right there, 18, 16, you can see it, and then it started to slowly build, and then we have the boom, and that's exactly what happened the next day. You have the slow build, right? Higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, then failed, drop, and then boom. You have the boom. It's right where all the shorts are trying to cover. Same here. Have higher lows. Everybody was using this level right here, I guess, to cut losses. And you have the boom, and then everybody's trying to cut losses. Oh, everybody trying to cut losses. The stock just keeps going higher. You can see it. It keeps going higher, and just a bit higher. Yeah, same next day. And actually, that's what happened. You can see it. You have this spike, and then this spike, and then a failed spike just above it, right? And look at this. It's the same next day. You have this spike, and then you have this area where shorts are trying to cover. Let me go to 1 minute. And then you have another week. You can say this one was kind of weak, so breakout, but it did build back up, and then you have another weak breakout. But then this one right here, it doesn't have enough force to even push over the intraday high, and it just falls all the way from what, 65 to 50, basically $15 in like 2 minutes, right down. Alright, so that's the month. Didn't make that many trades this month. Only about 13 trades. Alright, thanks for watching. Feel like I'm getting a little better at this game. Still a lot to learn. Still making decisions on when to get in, when to get out. That I should definitely get a little more data on that, trying to make it better. All right, thanks for watching.